upscale their operations, although with strict adherence to COVID-19 regulations. However, this comes in the wake of caseloads and, in some instances, reduced number of cases filed in the last 3 months due to the pandemic, such as at the Meru Law courts. So how are things going to be moving forward? Here now is our reporter George Maringa with more from Meru in an interview with the presiding judge of the Meru High Court, Justice Alfred Mabea.
Thank you. Indeed, the courts have reopened and activity has resumed, though not to 100% functionality as was before. And right now we are at the Meru High Court, and to further demystify the processes and moving forward for the courts, I am joined by the presiding judge for the Meru High Court, that is Justice Alfred Mabea, to demystify this and how also they will also be able to deal with the litigants who are their clients, especially here in Meru County. Thank you for making time for us on KTN News. Let's start with when the COVID-19 pandemic struck, you started working from home, or rather the judiciary, including you here in Meru, you started working from home. How many cases did you handle? Was there an increase or a decrease when the pandemic struck?
I will look at it on two levels. The number of cases probably the litigants filed, and the number of cases probably that the judicial officers dealt with. I would state that the number of cases which were determined during this period by the judicial officers was quite high, because like the High Court, Meru High Court alone, we were able to finish more than 222 cases and close those files, because you see we had the whole day for ourselves. Without having to listen to cases, those judgments that were pending, we were able to finish more than 222 cases. However, now the number of cases that were filed, that is where there was challenge. Because for the entire period, like for the month of May only, we had only 26 cases filed, which was quite a very small number compared to the other months. Like if I look at the records, December we had about 130 cases filed in a month. February 125 cases filed in the High Court, but now in May it's only 26 cases, and in April about 21 cases.
So you've opened the courts, but if you could just demystify and elaborate on what it means by opening. Have you opened the doors completely, or how is the mode of working moving forward?
The courts were never closed in the first instance. What had happened was scaling down. We scaled down. Because during all this time, we were having staff here, the ones who were receiving the matters that were being filed. We were having the deputy registrar on a full-time basis. The judges, we would have a judge at the station at any given point in time. And once urgent matters that were being filed, they were being referred to the judges and they were being dealt with. The only thing that we were not doing was the judges or the judicial officers were not sitting in open court to take in new cases. But they were working on the cases that had already been dealt with, that had been heard and finalizing judgments. So what we have done from yesterday is to upscale. Upscale in the sense that now you can see all the courts, all the magistrates are present, the judges are in their chambers, we are here, and we have now recalled all the files that were supposed to be heard between the 16th of March up to 31st of May. And we are giving them dates, and those which we are able to proceed through virtually, they are proceeding. Yesterday I dealt with over 30 matters. Today I've already finished my course list, and the other courts are doing the same. So the only thing that we have not fully upscaled is that because of the reports that we got from the Ministry of Health, it's only a limited number of people that we can admit to the courtrooms as well as the court premises. Like right now we can only admit about 10 people at any given time to the registries. Yes.
Now, very briefly, how are you coping with the technology? I mean, the video conferencing. Just briefly, how is it coming along? Are your clients complaining?
At the moment, it's only advocates and the judges who can't. The litigants who are in person, they are not able to access virtue. The little challenges that are there, lack of proper internet and things like that, as we are coping. As a court, at least we are quite okay. Our Wi-Fi is working, and we are quite happy.
Thank you very much. That has been Meru Presiding Judge, Meru High Court Presiding Judge Justice Alfred Mabea, just talking to us about the upscaling of the court operations, especially here in Meru, just to ensure that the cases go on even in as much as the country is battling with the COVID-19 pandemic. My name is George Marenga, handing back to you in studio.